Stock tip. Best stock setups.
Welcome to a new episode of Stock Tip Daily Update with me, Marcel Todia. The markets were bearish today, so we've seen exactly the opposite of what we have seen the other day. Overall, I think we are still in a consolidation phase here, so it was a bit premature to hope for bounce here. I see that we are still in a consolidation phase. We still have here two major support lines in the S&P 500. The first one would be 4,500, respectively below the last pivot here, and the second one would be 4,450, respectively below the moving averages here. So I definitely don't want to see us closing beyond or below these lines. If we do, then we would have an alarm sign here, but for the time being, I think we are still pretty much bullish, and I still think this bounce or this rally is going to continue, and we are at least going to touch the previous all-time high here. In the Nasdaq, we've had pretty much the same stuff here. We've negated yesterday's movement here with minus 2.2% today. Overall, we are still above this support line and above the major support lines here. So the support line in the Nasdaq would be 357, 300, let's say 357, and the second one somewhere at 352, 53, something in this range. So again, if we close beneath these two support lines, then I think we should pull the handbrake here, and we should ready ourselves for a kind of a bearish reaction. But for the time being, I still think the market is overall bullish, and this is just a hiccup on the way. You can see it here in the main stocks that have driven the rally in the markets until yet, and these are Apple and Amazon. So Apple is still consolidating here after 11 positive days, and Amazon is also looking pretty damn good here, also with a nice consolidation after a couple of positive consecutive days. So overall, I'm still happy with the developments. So it might just be that we will see Amazon fall a bit more here and touch the 50 moving average, or for a short time fall beneath the 50 moving average, and perhaps the same here in Apple. Pull back to the 20 moving average wouldn't be that surprising here, given how vertical so parabolical we've risen here. But I think we just have to wait and see how the market develops, and for the time being, be a little more cautious and not go all in anymore, not go with try not to bump your head against the wall here. The IVM is the weakest of them, like always. So the IVM is looking significantly weaker than the other ones, but the other ones have always pulled the IVM in their direction after a rally. So if the other ones are going to break out, I think the IVM is also going to turn around again and continue going. Meanwhile, the DAX has also had a negative day, so the DAX readies itself for a breakdown here. I think the next support line in the DAX would be this line, or let's say this line here. This would be the next support line in the DAX. If this fails, if we close beyond, so beneath it, then I think we are going to see a continuation of this correction in the DAX. The DAX has already corrected pretty much. The DAX is more or less, or was more or less, in a free fall here. And if we go beyond this level, then I think the correction might resume. Euro to US dollar. This is next on our list. So the euro to US dollar I've talked about it yesterday, and I've said most probable after this breakdown here, which we've had yesterday, we are bound to continue down and to reach the next. I think we just have to pull it up, and to reach the next support line, and this would be 1065. So it's the moment is pretty probable that this is going to happen. Oil also a negative day, further consolidating, but overall still bullish, -2%, but overall still bullish and just in a consolidation phase. You see here in the weekly chart, so overall still looking very good. And I'm curious which level is going to hold. I'm curious if this level is going to hold 31, or if this level is going to hold 28.8. So I'm pretty sure we are still consolidating, and we are still going to be consolidating the rest of the week if the markets want to start again. Gold, also the same story here, so also in a consolidation phase. Are we going to go below 176? Then I would say then we are bound to go to 171. For the time being, this level has held pretty good, so 176 has held very well. We've only moved here sideways, even though originally I expected to touch the 20 moving average in the weekly, or even the 50 moving average was not that far away. Silver, the same story here. This looks more like a pullback, more like a consolidation than gold. So gold is superior here with a lot of more strength, but overall same story in all of these indexes. So how is my portfolio doing? My portfolio is has taken a bit of a hit today, but I'm still optimistic as long as the market doesn't turn completely south, and I'm still optimistic. So my stop here remains at 32.30. I think 32.30. I think, and it's still not close. So still looking pretty good. I didn't like the pullback today, but that's how it is. That's how we roll. You get a good day, you get a bad day. I'm pretty happy with the previous breakout here in BBO. Even though the market has such a negative momentum, BBO continued to push a bit up. Perhaps we shall see a bit of a pullback here, a bit of a consolidation, and pull back to the 9 or to the 20, to the original breakout point here. For the time being, this still looks very cool. CAR, with something that looks like a mother bar and an inside bar here. So perhaps another inside bar, or I'm hoping for another inside bar and then a breakout, a new breakout. That's it. That is. CV, on the other hand, disappointed me a bit. This has, of course, to do with a weak momentum here in the oil sector. If the oil sector isn't breaking out, then CV also doesn't stand a chance. But I think the next few weeks are going to be decisive for CV. So sooner or later, CV is going to resume its breakout, and is still looking very, very strong. I'm going to adjust the setup, and now it looks like this. So I'm still longest. I think my exit is either here 59 or 50. I think 58.5 I think is my exit. So still not touched. Microsoft still showing strength, still moving sideways, so not pulling back that much. Nvidia a bit weaker than all of the other. I had planned to raise my stop here, but I have failed to do so, and my stop is still at 254 or something like this. So I'm still in the game as we are speaking. Curious what the next days are going to bring. I see myself here getting stopped tomorrow, so I see myself getting stopped. I think there's no denying it. PayPal also negated all that we had yesterday, almost all, but still with a small plus here, still above the support line. And last but not least, Zynga still showing some support, still showing some strength. So wanted to break out again today, but failed to do so. And Bulls have taken the Bears have taken control of this stock. It's still looking pretty strong. I think the decisive point is going to come tomorrow. Are we going to break down here and go beyond today's low, or are we going to finally break out? So I think this is the decisive question. I'm asking myself at the time being if I got closed. It sure looks like it. I'm checking to see if I got closed or not. I wouldn't. No, I think I know. I'm still long in Zynga, and my stop is at 9.15. So this line here. So I've given it a bit of a room. So 9.15 looks pretty good now. So it looks like a good decision. And this would be exactly what I need if we are going to fall beyond today's low. Then a stop is very good here. Okay, that's all for the first two parts of the video, and then we are going to continue with the third part, and this is the top setups here.